Let's do a kind of fun, spontaneous clip here called the tennis ball effect. And if I'm waving my hands all over the place, it's because the mosquitoes at night in Minnesota are brutal, okay? There are tennis courts behind me. You can't quite see them, but think of a tennis volley. Not a competition where people are trying to kill each other on the first serve or a slice or what have you, but actually a volley where people are just playing for fun and trying to keep it going. And that's a great allegory or analogy for a conversation in general, right? People want their partner, their conversation partner, their tennis partner, to receive the ball and to hit it back and so forth, right? It could be actually analyzed in many, many nuances, and it's a very good analogy to communication. But now, where does the interpreter come in if we're using this as an interpreting analogy? The tennis ball here is the communication, right? The two players are the collocutors, to use a fancy word, which means conversation partner. The interpreter, think of us like standing somewhere near the net, and the other partner, for example, cannot see a green tennis ball or a yellow tennis ball or whatever color tennis balls usually are, right? Like they don't understand that language. Our job is to somehow magically and imperceptibly, in a flash of a second, catch the tennis ball, paint it another color, and send it on its way without changing the angle, without changing the speed, without changing any of the other parameters, so the person still receives it, but they can now see it and perceive it as a tennis ball. I just think that's a brilliant analogy, not because I thought of it, but because it is a very good analogy. Sometimes, in some cases, you know, if a speaker is inaudible or imperceptible or incoherent, you could sort of think about it as like patting the ball gently to make sure it actually lands there on the other side. You want to be careful about not doing that, because you wouldn't want to change, I don't know what the velocity of tennis balls, they almost sort of like at 200 miles per hour, right? But if the ball is flying at whatever, 50 miles an hour, we don't want to change it to 200 miles an hour. We don't want to change the angle, but sometimes a little tiny pat is in order, but mainly it's just changing the color of the tennis ball. Anyway, think about this. I think it's an interesting analogy about interpreting and communication in general. So that's all I care to say in this clip. And be an amazing, invisible man or lady in the middle of the tennis court where they think they're volleying without you, but they're actually not. So we're getting very esoteric, so let's move on to the next clip.